with Tarpley Music in Fort Worth, Texas. And if you need to find us anytime, you can go online at tarpleymusic.com. Check us out. So today I've got a great Yamaha guitar, and this is it's kind of a lower end with Yamaha, but I think one thing they're really, really good at is their student level to intermediate stuff. So it's a really great bargain for what the guitar is. This is the FS800T. Now, this is an AIM exclusive. That's AIMM. That's the Alliance of Independent Music Merchants. There's a bunch of great privately owned stores that are under this group AIM. And so a lot of times we will get exclusives that are just for those companies, which of course Tarpley is a member of AIM. And what makes this one is that actually has a spruce top, but it's a tinted natural top. So if you want to get this guitar with this kind of a cool tint, you got to get it from an AIM dealer, and that would be us. So it also has NATO back and sides. NATO is a really great tone wood that it's easy to find, and it's not real expensive right now. So I think it's a great replacement for a lot of those kinds of woods. It sounds great. Like I said, this to me would be just a really good beefed up student model guitar, maybe an intro style guitar. And this is also a concert style as opposed to a dreadnought style that's a little bigger. So this might feel comfortable for like some of the ladies out there, like maybe kids or somebody who wants a smaller body to learn on. Concert body is great for that. Other than that, it's a really great solid neck. This is also a NATO neck made out of the same wood as the back and sides there, and it has a matte finish. And for you, what that really means is it's going to feel real good on the back of this. It's not going to get real sticky. A lot of times that glossy will get real sticky, and you almost want to sand it down. You don't have to worry about it with this. And it is a rosewood fretboard. Okay, so it's a great fretboard, very common fretboard for acoustic guitars. And it's a very common radius, the radius being kind of the curvature of the fretboard. And this is a 15.75, so pretty flat, which is great for learning hands. And then Yamaha has a product called Urea. They use a lot on these guitars. It's this white plastic material here they use on the nut and the saddle, and it's great. It holds fine. It's really easy to shape for luthiers, so no problems there. Good old die-cast closed tuners here, so it holds pretty darn well. And this is a 25-inch scale. Scale length is your playable area, right? So from the nut to the saddle here, most common guitars 25 to 25.5. So even though the body and stuff feels a little smaller, the playing area is really about the same. So even if they were to jump to another guitar, it's not going to feel very, very different. And then there is a walnut bridge, which is a great wood that's used for a lot of bridges, pretty common, and 20 frets on this thing. So like I said, I think Yamaha just does a really great job because they're so well known for their educational music, right? Because they do everything from pianos to all the horns and to drums and basses and guitars and stuff. And so I tend to really like these level Yamaha guitars for beginners or people who have been playing for a while, maybe want to step up to something a little more comfortable. And honestly, it sounds really good. We thought it was pretty darn loud when we were playing it, so it was really fun to record. Now, this doesn't have electronics or anything, right? This is just like your student model concert body, but it does get a lot of sound, and we're going to try to portray that. We've got some really good mics that we're just going to set them up, and we're just going to give you just a simple mic recording right into the interface. We're not going to add a bunch of EQ or reverb or anything like that. So it'll be a true representation of what we can do to get the guitar sound. And we're going to keep it real simple. I'm just going to do some with just my fingers. So for you fingerstyle players, kind of get an idea what it can sound like. And then I'll also do some with a pick. Alright, so we've heard this guitar on its own, but I'm wondering what it would sound like if I threw it in a mix with the song I did before. Let's find out. Alright, hit it, boys. So Yamaha FS800T. So like I said, this is an AIM exclusive. And, you know, people's like, well, it's just a different color top. I'm like, yeah, but that matters a lot, right? I think it's a really cool looking top with this kind of a, because spruce tends to be a little bit more of a whiter wood here. And here you get it really toned down. It almost looks aged. And to me, that's just really, really cool. So, yeah, but the other part of it is that you know you're going to get, as spruce and stuff, as it ages a little bit, it's going to actually kind of warm up and get even better in sound, this top is. So it already looks kind of cool. It's going to catch up to that in sound. I would have zero problem handing this to a student of mine, saying, hey, this is a great acoustic to start on. In fact, there's a couple levels below this that I've had a lot of students play. Yamaha just makes a very great model at that price range. There's just no way around it. And I'm not alone in that. There's a lot of people in the industry who would agree with me and put a lot of the Yamaha guitars for that price range, you know, especially under $300, right? Yeah, not frilly. It's not going to give you a lot of the, you know, does it have a lot of fanciness? No, pretty basic black binding. It's got some cool purfling. It's got a cool rosette. It's a, you know, it's a tortoiseshell, right? Pick guard. So, I mean, there's some really cool stuff in here, but it's just a slimmed down, great playable guitar that sounds good, that you can learn on, that you don't have to fight a whole ton, right? And I think that's really important in that aspect of guitars. So chances are, if you're watching this video, you're looking up guitars similar to this price range. So this is one I definitely would say go put in your hands. Whether you can play or not, it's irrelevant, right? Get it in your hands. But as you heard, I mean, it sounds really good. I didn't have to fight it too terribly hard. That's my normal fighting when I play guitar, you know, just kind of, and I get mad at myself later. That's part of it. And but other than that, I mean, this is great. We were actually, when we first strummed it before we got the mics out and stuff, everyone in the studio said, oh, that's pretty loud. I was like, yeah, it's loud. So with the pick, is a really good loud sound, which is important, right? Especially if you're trying to annoy your parents. It's helpful, right? And so it never hurts to do that. So anyways, great guitar. I hope you got some good information if you are searching, you know, for a kind of a guitar. Maybe, hopefully this helped you, you know, kind of if this might be one that you're looking for, the Yamaha FS800T. Great guitar, really well done. And so hopefully got some, if you like this video, man, it really helps us out if you like it, a lot more than you could ever imagine. That little like button really does help us out. And of course, subscribing helps us out even more. Just subscribe to the channel and help us build so we can keep doing this kind of stuff for you. And if you'd like to know as we drop more videos, no problem there. You just turn on notifications, the little bell there, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one.